Hi, this is Paul from globaltradingsoftware.com, and this is a gold futures trading tutorial. So day trading gold on the New York Gold Pit Open. We're using the 5-minute time frame, TradingView platform, and few indicators here. So we have the range breakout indicator, the xBrat range breakout. We have the manager to manage the trades, and we have the BIAS Depth Heatmap to give that confirmation. So signal, entry, management, okay? And before we get that entry, we just get that little confirmation with the BIAS Depth Heatmap. So I'm going to walk through this. This is a $3,000 trade per one contract in one day. And I'm going to go through the process of how the indicators work, how we manage the trade, and eventually take that profit. So this is yesterday. Again, great example. The range breakout identifies that opening range. It also gives it a bias. So you can see here it says New York Gold and it's coloured in red. The range bias is coloured in red. So we're only looking for the short breakout on this 5 minutes. So it identifies that first 5 minute range and then we just go short. It's very, very simple. The confirmation comes if we look right down on the bottom here. This is that opening range candle. All 6 time frames on our BIAS Depth Heatmap are red. So 6 time frames higher than this, everything is red, everything is bearish. So we've got the signal and we've got the confirmation. Entry 2 ticks below the low of that opening range candle and we go short. It's that simple. That opening range is nice and tight. It's only 20 ticks. So one of the first things that we have to do is make a trade risk free. So I usually only trade these anything up to 25 ticks in size. And then my first point of control really is 3 times the width of this opening range. So in this case, it's 60 ticks. Then I move the stop from 2 ticks above that opening range to risk free, break even if you like. When we get to this 60 tick point, okay. Then I've got milestones because I'm managing the trade with the manager, which is this ribbon. I'm going to go through the pullback and understand the behavior. I've got some milestones in mind. Now, we may not always get 300 ticks and may not always get 200 ticks, but I have 100, 200, 300 in mind because I'm looking for runners. I'm going to manage this sensibly. So the next thing is when we get to that point where we get to 100 ticks, I move my stop to the 60 tick, our first point of control to lock in $600 profit. Okay. Then once we get to 200 ticks, I move my stop to 100 ticks. It's very, very simple. I'm giving it lots and lots of fresh air. Okay, because we are going to have a pullback. The manager allows us to identify this pullback, but also look at it and not to panic. So we get this pullback and we see these blue dots underneath. This is the manager saying that this pullback against that main trend of the day is lower than average volume. Okay, this is good. It's going to run out of juice, and it does, and it starts to pull back down again. Now another line I've not put in there is this line right here. Okay, so find some support, it pulls back lower than average volume, not going to panic. Our ribbon on the manager remains red. We wait for it to breach this support pivot here, and then we adjust the stop just above that pivot. Very, very simple. Now, starts to move down and down and down. We get to 300 ticks profit here. That's $3,000 per one contract. This trade was entered around about 8:25 a.m. EST. We get to the 300 tick and stay there from about 2 p.m. all the way till around about 2:45 p.m. You've got a lot of opportunity there to really tighten the stop. Some examples here would be to actually just go above this sort of pivot range here and lock in. Let's have a look at that. Lock in around about 250 ticks, $2,500. Not bad. Or just take your profit at 300. We can see eventually the cloud does actually turn green from red around about 280 ticks, and that's where you would take your profit. Okay, so does this happen every day? No. Probably 2 times a week. Sometimes it doesn't go 300 ticks, sometimes it just goes 200 ticks, but that's where it is. So check out the links below. This is a TradingView version for the xBrat range breakout, the manager, and the BIAS Depth Heatmap, and then the other links are for the other trading platforms.